Over the last few years, Mattel has handled the holiday line extremely well, in my opinion. They've given us two of the best releases in the last decade of all Disney cars through this winter vehicles line. Those, of course, being, I'm sure you could already kind of guess, the reindeer snowmobile. I think that's now 3 or 4 years old. And just 2 years ago, they gave us Clutch Kringle, the elf, completely out of nowhere, super unexpected, both of which are just beautiful castings. They're obviously a little smaller, but that's totally okay. And so coming into this year, expectations are kind of high. Like, are we going to get maybe a different elf? Because there are some different variants throughout the Mater Saves Christmas book. Are we maybe going to get a re-release of Santa Car? Or if we've been really nice all year, maybe we could get even Mrs. Claus. And so Amazon created a listing, a pre-order for this Cars Winter Vehicle 5-pack a couple weeks ago. The only image on the listing at that time was of the cover of the box, which is inside this box. And so I just blindly ordered a couple of these sets. And I know a lot of other people did too. The description just said there's an exclusive Lightning McQueen inside. And so we're all theorizing what that could be. And unfortunately, it's been revealed that not very good. Now, I haven't paid super close attention to what's actually inside this pack. I think it's McQueen, Sally, some sort of Mater, some sort of Ramon. By the way, they gave us that blue Christmas Ramon a few years ago, which was another great addition, and Sarge. So I could be completely wrong about that. We're just going to go through this, you and I, all of us here together, exploring, figuring it out, because all I've pretty much heard is that this box really failed to meet expectations. It is nowhere as good as the Disney Store's Halloween pack that we just reviewed. It's nowhere as good as the Disney Store's upcoming Holiday 4-pack. So let's find out for ourselves. Obviously, a lot of these Amazon or online exclusive multi-packs come in this cardboard box. Cars Winter Vehicle 5-pack. I actually really like that black Cars logo there. Made in Vietnam, contains one piece, which is a little misleading. It's one box that then contains 5 cars within it. And yeah, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have just blindly ordered 3 of this set. I thought it could actually be something worthwhile. I'm probably going to return one of them just because, based on what it's sounding like, really not good. It's like, no wonder they didn't show us all what's in the 5-pack initially when the pre-order came live, and then just waited for everyone to order it and then tell us what's inside. Yeah, literally the image was just of the front of the box here. Looks really cool. And they have the snowy Holiday Hotshot Lightning McQueen on the front. So it makes you think, well, maybe the exclusive McQueen is Holiday Hotshot McQueen with the snow detailing on the hood. And maybe you also get this Mater here with the wreath in the back, not the monster truck version of Weehoo Winter Mater that we are accustomed to, that they've released for years and years and years. So we thought there's some potential to get some really good stuff out of this pack, and it's just not looking like it's going that way. But I will say, Mattel certainly gets a head start on the holidays. They've done this with the Mini Racer Advent calendars over the last few years, which it doesn't seem like they're doing one of those this year. Probably for the best, because the last really 3 of them sucked. But yeah, this actually looks pretty cool in terms of the representation here on the box. You have it themed and stylized like a present, the bow, the stars, kind of a wrapping paper vibe here. I do like that. I think that's really good and makes for a nice online exclusive. I am not so much in the stores, but online exclusive. And now here is the magical image. So it looks like there's no Ramon. There's decked out Doc instead. These are made in Vietnam, so we might be getting some variants of stuff. We'll have to see how that all pans out here. I think that is kind of what I'm hearing, is that the exclusive is more of a variant. And we get some accessories that I believe have already appeared in the Mini Racers Advent calendars of years past. But yeah, it's a very typical set here. These are some of the ones they've done as singles lately, so it's nothing too crazy. This stock image of Holiday Hotshot McQueen, though, is using the Cars 3 model, the thinner Cars 3 model. So if it were in that model, that would be a pretty significant variant. So we're going to have to open up and see what the dealio is. But yeah, I mean, I think the box looks really good. Obviously, though, that is not... doesn't cut it. Like, you got to follow through. Can't just have nice presentation and then just dog water inside. But I will be right back with this all opened up here. Probably won't take too long. In fact, do we even need to time lapse it? Probably not. Might as well just open this up with you guys here. So I'll have to dig out my accessories from the Mini Racer Advent calendars because I do think they're identical to these. I think we've gotten at least once, probably even multiple times, a tree and the gift there. Here we have decked out Doc Hudson. Now they have been releasing the holiday cruisers or wintertime cruisers, whatever they're calling them. They don't like to use the word Christmas. They don't want to exclude anybody who doesn't celebrate the holiday, which is understandable. So some of these really shouldn't be variants. We're going to have to see. Sarge looks pretty good with that expression, I will say. There you have Sally. That mouth blade looks atrocious. And the exclusive, the amazing, spectacular Holiday Hotshot Lightning McQueen with a grand old smile. That is, ladies and gentlemen, your exclusive Lightning McQueen. Boom. Here are all of my accumulated Advent calendar accessories. I already see the tree and the gift in these bags. So we'll dig those out in a little bit, shall we? But now let's just focus on the cars here at hand. We're going to do side-by-side comparisons with their Chinese counterparts and go from there and see if this pack is actually worth your money. So Sarge here actually looks quite a bit different, but this isn't technically a new variant to the multi-pack. He has been released from Vietnam before in the singles over the last couple years with Clutch Kringle. He's in the same case as Clutch. So while he's new to me, that's just because I haven't, I don't need to open up a Vietnam version of Wintertime Sarge. The expression is an upgrade in my opinion. Before he looked just very confused, honestly, very elderly, completely out of touch with what's going on with reality. Now he looks quite a bit better. You do have a little bit of a blurry, hazy, charcoal rain on the eyes there from the eyelids, but other than that, looks pretty solid. He is a lighter shade of army green. You have your star there, 984673 in a lighter font. Before this white vinyl part, the roof and all the side panels were kind of like a matte finish and had a really nice actually feel to them. Now they still have a pretty good feel. They are glossy. They are super smooth, but definitely not the matte finish that we had before. So that's a pretty major change there. He has the roof lights still. Now this is a Christmas or holiday release that is relatively new if you still think about it as of 2017, because most of these have been around since 2010. Sarge only 2017 is when they came out with him. So it's kind of crazy that they've always been expanding upon the holiday line. They never really stopped. With the Snowmobile and Clutch Kringle, they're just really slow to get to everything. You got the Army logo there on the side. A little bit more of a vibrant coloring. Unfortunately, didn't fill in the wheel there, so it's just the same color as the tire. It's one of my biggest pet peeves. There are very few Sarges in all of the Cars world, diecast world, that actually have that wheel colored in properly, like the Precision Series version. But there are some other ones, too, out there that we need to give credit to in my videos. I'm not remembering. I think it doesn't really count, but the Radiator Springs 500.5 one might. And then there was a Sarge recently. Was it? I think it actually was no, it wasn't the race and rescue version. That one doesn't even have a tire. Anyways, getting back to the matter at hand here. 4-1 WW2 license plate for 1941 World War II. Yeah, everything else is pretty standard. You would notice more differences between China and Thailand. not necessarily China and Vietnam. This guy was made on the 156th day of 2017. I remember, I think I reviewed him toward the end of the year, maybe like September, August, which isn't really the end, I guess. And he does have these little lights underneath the bumper there, which was a pretty cool addition. Does this guy have a date stamp? Right there, the 125th day of 2025. Very hard to read that one, though. Lots of markings here on Sarge's base. You have your product code, made in Vietnam, Mattel's headquarters in the Netherlands, the Jeep trademark, all sorts of fun stuff. But yeah, I really like the expression. That's a plus. Everything else that changed is pretty much benign. Let's go on to Sally, who I think I will despise. So we'll put the Vietnam version there on the left, Chinese on the right. Yeah, the mouth plate just, I mean, it's 2025 and we're still using mouth plates. Guys, let's figure it out. What the hell are we doing? Because you could tell just the shade of blue is off. I'm not saying it's perfect on this Chinese version from 2010. Yeah, I mean, this one, yeah, made in 2009. Just goes to show how old the holiday line is. But yeah, we're still using mouth plates like that, and we can't match the shade of blue. It just doesn't look great. I don't think the eyes look particularly great on this Sally either. They toned down the eyelid. It's a lot less bold of a black line there. Way thinner. You have the Porsche logo there. You don't have the like kind of sparkly Spectraflame paint though that you have on the original here. You can kind of see how it sparkles in the light. Almost metallic. Now this is just like a regular Sally. This is just basic Sally. I've always loved these snowflake wheels though. That's always been a nice touch. You got the earmuffs, which look cool, textured pretty nicely. Vietnam is still on the left, had to make sure. 301 PCE California license plate. Looks a little blurry. Looks a little overly saturated. Like the blue is just bleeding. Yeah, that looks very ugly. This is a very nice license plate. You could read it so clearly that California above is in view. Yeah, this is a rough one, guys. I'm sorry to dog so much on it, but the fact that it's just a flat blue now, the eyes don't look great in terms of that eye plate, the mouth plate not good. Just a tremendous downgrade. And again, though, she's been released from Vietnam before, so this isn't necessarily new to the multi-pack. So we have to keep that in mind. Here we have decked out Doc Hudson, who's always been one of my favorite holiday cars, just because, I mean, he looks amazing, right? The Santa hat's incredible. Now, this one retained the sparkly paint a little bit. It's toned down, but you can still kind of see it glistening there in the light. Not as clear as on the Chinese version, but it is still present, which is important. At least they made an effort on it. You have the wreath up here, which looks pretty much identical. Chrome grille and all that. Looks like they beefed up the white walls on the tires there. Way thicker. That's fine by me. Santa hat also looks a little bit bigger. It's definitely more of a bright cherry red. Although, what is that? Oh, that is not... You guys won't be able to see it. It's just a weird splotch of paint right here. That looks disgusting. And there's a black mark there. That is no bueno. Ugh. Sorry, guys. I'm getting worked up. The windows are changed on the Vietnam version. They are now completely opaque versus being transparent before. That's a pretty big difference there. Yeah, that hat looks ugly. I mean, you guys can't even see that well on the camera, I feel, but that splotch of paint is so visible in real life. Like, you could see that from a mile away. It just looks so bad. I don't know what they're doing. All right, that's decked out Doc for you. Let's see when this guy was made. 116th day of 2025, so they all kind of were made apart from each other. This one, 123rd. So we'll see if any land on the same day. All right, let's jump on over to Weehoo Winter Mater. I've always wanted them to go back to Reindeer Mater. I think he's superior in terms of the Winter Maters, but I digress. And unfortunately, we didn't get the one on the front of the box. That is a little misleading, let's be honest. Like the McQueen, I wouldn't say is misleading because it's just snow on the hood and roof versus not. But this one, I mean, Mater looks completely different on the front of the box. He doesn't have the big wheels, the big tires. He's got the wreath hanging off of his hook. It's quite a bit of a difference. And yeah, that's why I think Mattel really fumbled the bag with this one. The eyes, like guys, that's not my camera. The eyes are just that blurry. I don't know if I've seen eyes that poor on a Vietnam release in a while. Probably since the NASCAR Lightning McQueen they did. Or maybe it was a Radiator Springs McQueen. God. Yeah, I mean, it just looks blurry. Like you need to tap the focus button or upgrade to at least 720p. That's some 480 crap right there, guys. Ooh. All right, so you have a little less snow detailing on the tires. Yeah, actually a lot less snow detailing on the tires. And again, this is a variant that has been released before. So the 5-pack maybe shouldn't take as much fault, but we'll get to what the 5-pack brings to the table, and that is in the Lightning McQueen. Just had to unfurl his hook there. Sorry, I really should have the Vietnam on the left so we could stay consistent here. I mean, the hat, I will say, looks good. It's a little more vibrant. This is more of like a beige. This is a pure white. The green's a little bit darker. I think that looks good. It's nicely textured. But yeah, they just opted for far less snow detailing. Maybe this was just like a light grazing that hit Radiator Springs and not like a full-on blizzard. Trying to cope. Trying to make it make sense. And the date stamp is 123. So yeah, okay. 2 that were made on the same day. Sally was 123. Yes, so Sally and Mater were made on the same day in Vietnam. Happy anniversary, guys. Or you guys have the same birth date, I should say. So yeah, I mean, not horrible. The eyes are pretty bad, but come on, bring back Reindeer Mater. Just a way superior version from the Mater Saves Christmas book. You also had rubber tires back in the day. Or at least bring back Sheriff here. This green Sheriff is becoming incredibly forlorn. They need to do something a little bit different in the holiday line. I'm not sure if they're going to do singles this year, if they're doing this multi-pack. Last year, they didn't do any new singles. They just recycled the same case pretty much from the year before, which is fine. They did Clutch Kringle the year before, so it's not like it was anything egregious. But maybe this year they'll change something up, change the lineup. I don't know. We will have to wait and see on that. But here is your exclusive Holiday Hotshot Lightning McQueen from this multi-pack that makes it all worth buying. Now, it probably doesn't. This pack is like $30. So, yeah, guys, I don't know. I don't know about this one. It's a good starter pack if you don't have any holiday cards yet. But you can see here now the 3 variants of Holiday Hotshot Lightning McQueen. You have your Chinese here on the right, Thailand on the left, with might be the best one. And now you have this new Vietnam version, which, I mean, yes, it is quite a bit different. He's got a big old smile now, but the eyes are pretty much the same, just a little bit added eyeliner. I mean, there's nothing else really different about this release. The snow detailing would have been really cool, would have been probably pretty easy for them to do. And by the way, here is the Snowplow Lightning McQueen that they've done as well in the past. And yeah, I really like this version too. So you got the snowy off-road tires, the plow, the lights on the hood and on the roof. But we're not really here to talk about him today. Let's just focus on this exclusive Lightning McQueen here. Exclusive in quotes. So yeah. You got kind of that charcoal rain effect on the eyes there. Big old smile. Black teeth, black tongue, something in there. It looks venomized, if you know what I mean. Nice white wall wheels, though. I've always liked that. You got the green bolts here. It kind of looks like a Christmas tree. His date stamp is 125, so he was made on the same day as Sarge. All right. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately, guys, I wish there was more to discuss. I do think the Thailand version is the best, just because of how well they were able to execute the metallic paint. You can see how just much more it glistens and shines versus the Chinese and the Vietnamese versions here. The expression's not so bad. There's no decals for them really to mess up. They chromed the bolts here on the back. And this version came out in 2021 in the main line, by the way. And here's your... Wow, I am just fumbling everything, guys. I'm sorry. Trying to emulate Mattel. This is your original Holiday Hotshot McQueen from, yep, made on the 242nd day of 2010. Gas cap's a little bit better, a little bit more called out. So yeah, guys, I know I sound a little down in this video, but I was really excited and hopeful for something special in this holiday pack, and instead the exclusive. And that's really why Mattel's got to be careful about saying expectations, because when, or maybe it was Amazon, but someone told them to put exclusive in the description of the listing, and you gotta be careful with that, because while technically I guess it is exclusive, it's really nothing anyone should be getting excited about. I don't know of anybody getting too excited about this. And yet, don't worry guys, I haven't forgotten about the accessories. I'm digging out the advent calendar counterparts. This is actually insane. Okay. So here you have your Christmas gift or your holiday gift, whatever. And here you have two more from previous Mini Racer advent calendars, so that's fun. This one seems to be a little bit of a lighter red. These two match a little bit better. And I don't want to get them mixed up here, you know, do one of those like, who, which one is it? Game type things, you know what I'm talking about, like where you throw something under like the bowl or the cup and then you shake, you know, shuffle all the cups around. You have to remember which one has the egg underneath. No, we're not doing that. That's going to be the one that comes in this pack, and these are going to go back in my bag of Mini Racer Advent Calendar accessories, which that is a pretty extensive bag now. I mean, they have done quite a few of them. Now, the tree is different in the sense it's got this, like, ball. This, I don't even know how to describe this, but it makes it so it pivots and kind of swings around. I'm not really sure why they did that. I don't quite know. I mean, maybe they wanted to make it look more propped up instead of just flat on the ground, like the Advent Calendar versions, which we got in green here, and then a darker, more burnt orange. So I guess we've never gotten this lighter orange one, unless I'm missing one. But yeah, I don't know. It's a little strange. It stays up pretty good, but then it kind of leans over like that. You have the star on there. It's okay. It's cool. If you haven't gotten any of the Mini Racer Advent Calendars, these are not bad accessories. I just wish they were a little bit more detailed, because obviously they're just one color. Plastic. But yeah, I mean, I will say the Mini Racer Advent Calendars have given us some cool stuff. Like this snowball here. They've given us the mini snow car. If you know what I'm talking about, you'll have to watch those videos if you don't. But yeah, guys, that's all I really have for you. That's really all this pack has for us. It's not a great offering. I would only recommend buying it if you just don't have any of these cars. I mean, or if you're just a super intense collector like myself and you review this stuff. And obviously, I like having this extra version of McQueen. I'm a completist. And sometimes that comes to bite me in the butt, because now I have to buy stuff and complete my collection with cars I'm really not super enthralled about. But that is just the nature of the game. Hopefully Mattel can get back to giving us some magical things like Clutch Kringle here, which, like I said, one of the best releases of the last decade. And I truly mean that. Same thing with the snowmobile reindeer here. This pack just ain't it. Accessories not great, not even really new. McQueen, a stretch to be considered an exclusive, and then all the other ones are just, they're from the singles that we've gotten over the last couple years. Guys, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Maybe I'm just way off base. Maybe you think I'm being too harsh on Mattel. Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys soon for another video. Bye now.